I am now pleased to introduce our host for this meeting, Mayor Philip Levine. During his tenure, Mayor Levine has made Miami Beach a more climate-resilient community. He has pioneered nationally recognized efforts to protect Miami Beach from the rising sea levels. The mayor and his team have worked tirelessly, as many of you know, in preparing for this annual conference so we could all experience the very best this beautiful city has to offer. We're so fortunate to be in Miami Beach for the next several days, and I personally want to thank Mayor Levine for his work on all of our behalf. So please join me thanking and welcoming and bringing to the stage our amazing host, the Mayor of Miami Beach, Mayor Philip Levine.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second time in history that the United States Conference of Mayors has been held in Miami Beach, Florida. On that occasion, 55 years ago, President John F. Kennedy delivered remarks from the White House to a group of mayors sitting in this same room in this same hotel. Only a few months earlier, I was born and would grow up just a few blocks down the street from President Kennedy's childhood home in Brookline, Massachusetts. I remember every day when I went to elementary school, I could see his report card hanging on the wall in the hallway. I realized then that you didn't need straight A's to become the mayor of a major city or the president of the United States of America. Of course, times back then were different. But I believe the president's message and vision about the power of mayors and local government to get things done still holds true today. President Kennedy's words to us, his advice for us, still speaks to all of us. He urged us not to dwell in the past, but to challenge the future with everything we've got. He warned us not to lead with partisan brinkmanship, but to excel beyond it by rallying our brightest minds, our boldest ideas, and by appealing to the best in all of us. While the spirit of John F. Kennedy can still be felt in this room and in living rooms across America, more than half a century later, we are confronted with a monumental test. As the news today is consumed with rancor, as hearing rooms in Washington are mired in instigations and investigations, all while the public struggles to find something to cheer about, pull together about, and believe in. And so they look to us, America's mayors, to change the narrative by delivering change. Mayors understand that partisanship doesn't create jobs, that ideology alone doesn't foster schools that excel and children who succeed, that bluster and bickering never built a mass transit system or preserved a park or ensured clean drinking water or gave residents confidence that maybe tomorrow, just maybe, will be a little better than yesterday. As mayors, we surely can attest to the wisdom of another president, Thomas Jefferson, who more than 200 years ago advised a young nation that government is at its best when it's closest to the people. Because unlike legislators who cast votes over matters they never personally experience, you and I are responsible for improving the lives of others every minute of every day. In cities across America where innovation is born and hope lives. So when Washington is paralyzed by pettiness or state capitals are consumed with self-preservation and control, do not lose your spirit. Do not lose your mission. Do not give up. Never, ever give up. Like Fiorello LaGuardia, all 5 feet 2 inches of them, who built parks, airports, and housing while rebuilding trust in the police and in City Hall, or Tom Bradley, who broke barriers by braving up to stand up for those long ignored, a liberal who believed business was good for the business of the city. Their spirit also lives in us and through us today, as today's mayors and cities halls across the nation understand that getting things done is not about left or right, it's about moving forward. Like Nashville's Megan Barry, the first woman elected to lead her city, whose local hire initiative is putting her community to work on infrastructure. Or LA Mayor Eric Garcetti leading a high-tech revolution in what is becoming a very high-tech city. Or New Orleans' Mitch Landrieu, fostering community trust to bridge the gap that once existed among residents in a wonderfully diverse city. Or Mick Cornett, who turned Oklahoma City from a pasture of possibilities to a thunder of urban triumphs. Or Flint's Karen Weaver, who refused to allow politics to pollute the need to stop pollution in the drinking water. Or Steve Benjamin, the first African-American mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, who's leading the way towards a goal of 100% renewable energy in cities nationwide. Or Boston's Marty Walsh, a hometown kid from my hometown, whose leadership on homelessness, substance abuse, is making Beantown a town that all America's talking about. Or San Bernardino's Carrie Davis and Orlando's Buddy Dyer, whose leadership during the most difficult of moments healed communities torn apart by pain. Well, the mayors of Oakland, Madison, Detroit, Atlanta, Austin, and Jersey City, all cities recently named among America's most booming cities for jobs, culture, and affordable real estate. Closer to home, Florida's mayors are leading the charge to make Florida the future state. From Ashton Hayward in Pensacola, fighting to preserve his city's coastline, and Tampa's Bob Buckhorn, leading his city through a historic transformation, to some of our local mayors, including Miami Gardens' Oliver Gilbert, Pembroke Pines' Frank Ortis, Wayne Messam of Miramar, and Dr. Joseph Smith of the city of North Miami, who are all working around the clock to ensure their cities are on the forefront of economic progress. The mayors of today have the vision to innovate, the courage to stand up, and a willingness to reach across all lines to establish new starting lines. It is because of our nation's mayors that there is water conservation in Las Vegas, a living wage in Seattle, transformative light rail in Denver, smart technology in Charlotte. Because central control from centralized government is simply no match for local control and local government when it comes to caring for people or getting things done. It's part of our DNA. Like the original colonists who rebelled against a powerful ruler that had become foreign and removed from the interests of those they ruled. Ask any parent today, concerned that local schools need less lecturing and more help from Washington and their state capital, or any business today looking to expand and grow jobs by using local talent and local assets. When it comes to government, they're less interested in how votes are cast than what actions are taken. Ask any American today who is searching for hallmarks of leadership at a time when leaders are becoming harder to find. Leaders to drive 21st century economies where all are lifted, to create and preserve 21st century parks that nourish the young and comfort the old. Leaders who will safeguard the public, where the men and women in blue are given our full respect as they give us ours and theirs. Leaders who will make America's urban neighborhoods seamless. So when there is a railroad track, there is no difference in the equality of opportunities on either side. Leaders who are determined to replace divisiveness and ugliness with inclusiveness and hope. Like you and I'm very proud of the city I lead, where we've used Warren Buffett-like management to create top-line excellence with bottom-line performance. Where we took on sea level rise by deciding that the ocean is either Republican or Democrat, and that doing nothing to stop its rise is simply unacceptable. Where we insisted that a living wage is our God-given responsibility towards those looking for a chance to advance. In fact, that fight even continues here at the Fontainebleau, which continues to take care of its amazing staff, providing thousands of good jobs with decent wages. Miami Beach is a city which, like yours, is rich in history and long on potential. Founded by Carl Fisher, a visionary dreamer who saw a world of possibility on an empty beach. A city which served as America's boot camp for our nation during World War II. As a southern backdrop for the Rat Pack and Jackie Gleason's Fun in the Sun. And for Sonny Crockett and Rico Tubbs in Miami Vice. And more recently, a center stage for Art Basel, the fashion industry, the LGBT community, and for the rebirth of Art Deco in America. We did this as one city, We did this with one purpose, and we did this by pulling together. As President Kennedy said, "Let us not seek the Republican answer or the Democrat answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future." As mayors, we must continue down that path by embracing the unknown with imagination and resolve, by engaging everyone about what's next and why. And we must lead not from the back of the herd, but from the front. Not with action, but with action, not with words, action. Not distracted by divisiveness, but driven by inclusiveness. The best of America is represented in this room today. The promise of America depends on those in this room today. And I am so proud to be a part of it, to be a part of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the 85th United States Conference of Mayors, held once again in sunny Miami Beach, Florida. Welcome.
Thanks again. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mayor Levine, thank you.